Alrighty, welcome back to it. Welcome back to the burning topic. My name is Sky Cole, and for those of you at home who are wondering, who am I with? You're already seeing the title, but you're asking me the same thing. Do make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on our social media platforms. It is at the burning topic. I am at Sky Cole. Today we have the wonderful Lebo Molax. Molax. How are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Because you pronounce it
Exactly.
it is very important that when you pronounce, you know how you pronounce it based on the qualifications that you have.
Yeah.
So, Lebo Molax with a degree, do you have?
I mean, I haven't just that. Haven't gotten my certificate. I
So
haven't paid fees.
please feel free to call me Lebo Molax.
You
are welcome.
Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Babs. How
was
are
your day?
you? My day was pretty hectic, so I've been running up and down errands. You know, some things are better being done by you than sending anyone else. So I must say that if I had somebody, I would have sent them, but I realized that no, actually, I needed to do this by myself. So yeah. And how's your day?
My day is pretty hectic. I'm working. So
Working.
Work. Yeah, it's all about work. But anyway, before we even start, let's start with the icebreaker game.
Okay.
We're going to be playing what's on your mind, what comes to your mind.
All right.
I'm going to say a name or a word or words, rather, and you're going to tell me what comes to your mind.
Okay.
Hear the words.
All right.
Okay. Number one, it is Mapaseka Kwetle.
Oh!
What comes to your mind?
Frentico Rera. Frentico Friendship Mongana. Mohoti Tala Bona. Mechom Daiwan.
Kikopa Mutumiaka Abueso. Please. Or else if you don't speak like this when they ask about me.
Or question friendship.
Yeah.
We question And what's the next word?
Oh, that's all you say?
Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. My friend Tico Rera. Friendship all the way. Yes.
That's what comes to your mind.
That's what comes to my mind.
Number two, Samiz in Flongo.
Oh, Chomiaka. So I think Nalene Malabane Ribuaka are daughter. Oh, mother. So he escalated from Chomi to mother because of the love that we have for each other, the kind of relationship that we have for each other, how we are building each other, how we are inspiring each other, and also how we are both growing at the same time. Each at their own pace and their own space, but there's growth. So it created that element of, you know what, we are just not friends. How they nature, their nature. Yes. So do
you think you take inspiration from him?
Of course. Okay. Yeah, a lot. I mean, I've been in a situation where people said, you're trying to copy him, you're trying to be him. And I'm like, no, darlings.
And you're wearing him.
And I'm wearing him. I mean, I'm wearing some Poyer, you know. So I would never want to copy him. I would never want to be him. I am myself, and I will always be myself. I'm unique in my own way. And if there's one thing people should learn is that I take inspiration where it is due. And I consider inspiration where I am moved. So I am not going to be afraid to do something simply because somebody else has done it or simply because somebody is doing it better than me. And now I can't because people say I'm copying it. No, I'm inspired.
Exactly.
As much as
inspired.
Inspiration.
Not copy.
Not copy. Fix it. It's not copy. It's inspiration.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
I love it for the pirates. And
yes.
Number three, music.
How I wish I knew how to sing.
Weren't you doing music?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what to say, but I can tell you, it is still my dream. It is still my dream that.
So you were singing.
When and where?
Yeah, there's videos of you in studio. Isn't that part of doing music?
I was featuring.
Okay.
Lebo Molax wa feature. Niki featuring.
Zaga.
Hey, raga. Niki feature highly handle, but I don't think I'm a good musician, to be honest. My voice is terrible. I've tried it. I've tried singing in front of my friends.
Yeah.
You know, I know one day I was with my cousin Botswana at some point a year ago. And then I'm like, Chumi, arete pina. And then she's like, do you know how to sing? I'm like, yeah, Chumi, kai. Just before we got to the studio, my cousin, and I could already tell that, oh God, probably she picked up that I really can't sing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a good singer at all. I wish
Everyone can sing now.
God said to me, I'll give you anything and everything.
Not singing. But you can sing. Everyone can sing.
I don't think I can.
There's auto-tune.
Koko, vula, vulunga vali, telugungera,
Yeah.
telugungera.
I think I know what you need to do. That's the thing. You're not bad, but I think I know what you need to do in order for you to sound
The
good.
vocals.
Mare,
How do you sham? Nakitli rafala the rap, rapa rapa rapa, rafitla rapa tsara, rakatsakatsa rapa, ro. Enough. That's it. Out. You're done.
Yeah.
Mara tsa gore music yo ko tlase be gote. And yo le ka utlwa le yo nka ya tronko le ke ira criminal record la
not.
offense ka tsena ka tronko hanga re ka opela ke problem.
The third word, your mother.
Oh, the pillar of my strength, my bestest, one woman who knows me in and out. A woman who gave birth to a superstar, a woman who is also an inspiration, a role model, a loving, a sweetheart, a doll, an idol, a perfect epitome of a mother figure. She knows how to be there for her child. She knows how to console. She knows how to motivate. She knows how to cherish. She just knows how to make you smile. My mother is everything that I have in this world. I am who I am today because of how my mother have always lifted me, how she has been my support structure, how she has always believed in me, whether I'm wrong or right, but because you are my child and I want everything that you desire. I want it to be feasible and I want all your dreams to become true. So I will support you as a parent, as a mother, you know. So my mom she's my heroine and I love her so much from the bottom of my heart. I can't imagine life without her. Right. She is one person that I really can't even go a day without talking to her, you know. So yeah.
Shout out to Batswari.
Shout out to Memu Tswari. Omo Tswari. What would you say?
Yeah.
Omo Tswari waka. Period.
Number 4, school.
Yo, if I could get paid for going to school, I'd be in school.
When now?
If they would say you don't need to go to work, the salary that somebody is earning just by working, you're going to get it, but just be in school. I would still be in school. I would study anything and everything. I would have done my PhD. I would have went back to start a new degree from the beginning. Skolo simonati.
They pay you salary.
Hani go patelwa go ya sekolong. Ke shonka be ke le rich. We are paying you just to go to school. Yo, school is monadi, especially varsity. It is this place where you see different people of different kinds, from different background, different race, different body types, different abilities. Like it's so diverse that you realize that I think university also, it unleashes that potential in you, knowing that, you know what, limit. Okay. Because university, if this person can, I am able to. Because go varsity first year, first year little driver Mercedes Benz. And you're like, but it's mine. My parents bought it for me. Marikele first year. You get inspired. Yeah. What? So it is possible to be a first year varsity and drive a Mercedes. By the time in that third year, you got your own car because you inspired from that. You know what I'm saying?
And you didn't just sit.
Yeah, exactly. But also the adrenaline of ki exam in 2 days and ki 6 p.m. today and yo in 2 days time wa kwala. So also nale that thing gore chomi o badile chomi so bad. You are aware gore today ke the second last day. You still go to sleep. You wake up tomorrow again. Chomi ra kwala ka outside. And you're like, so I liked it. I liked how, I used to cross night. I wanted to study everything all at the same time. And I'm doing notes and I'm like, I'm under pressure. I'm like, you know what? I get off it. As long as it's concept, the rest take it for general knowledge. And guess what? The result is the study exam 80%, 90%. What? So I really liked it. I really enjoyed how it was minimal effort for preparation for me, but the results were so good as if I've been studying for the whole 2 weeks. And we do get people who are studying for 2 weeks, but when the results come, you're like, I know.
Yeah.
So now, honestly speaking, if I could get paid for going back to school, I would go. I also like challenges. I think that's me. I like being challenged. And the fact that lecturers sometimes they think they know it all. So I was that one student that sometimes I'm like, lecturer, more? I do not lecturer, but sorry, you got it right. You're absolutely right. Not that it was my intention to put them in a spotlight, but like I said, I just like challenges. Why would you say this is the case? Just because you're applying your mind. But do you understand that there's more to it? You forgot about this principle. You forgot about this application.
Correct,
if you bring it together, the concept is entirely different. Lecture, But nonetheless, I kasrata school. Kasrata. And I advise about to buy school. How can the chance I apply ngwana ko gae? Ngwana ko gae how can the chance apply o yo sekolong o kry qualification? Ha gona sepe se se botlhoka lefatshe le ya kae no go diragala no go bad ha gona mebereko ha gona eng so nagana o tshwere matric no ka re matric le no but ma security ke sho bana ba kry mmereko ka matric ke sho no gona le bo re tlhoka computer course nyana re tlhoka gun course nyana re tlhoka gore o tshwara thipa bjang training nyana so go to school.
Okay, let's get into the wings. Are we eating wings?
So please, as I've said off record that you will eat my wings because I don't eat hot stuff. I'm already hot, darling. How hot do you want me to become? Jaya, what want to do? Hot!
Not even hot, it's like, as I'm speaking.
So didn't what's burning you? Burning issues. You've got burning issues? Burning. This is very, very serious.
Question 1: dancing in heels has become a signature part of your brand. How did this idea come about, and what message do you hope to convey with it?
Okay, great. So I grew up loving heels. I think I had my first pair of heels when I was in grade 10, and I think at that age I was about 16. And I had to hide them in my wardrobe so that my parents do not see, because I would wear them in the streets but not at home. Because obviously I'm not sure, I was young and I was not sure how my parents would take it as this young queer person, because I've always been queer, they've always known. But as to my dress code and going as extreme as wearing heels as a guy, I would rather do it in the streets when I was with my friends, so that we can dance and groove and have fun in heels. And then it started being a thing. And then at some point my parents found out that I've got these heels, and then they sat me down and like, you know what? Besides us finding these heels in the wardrobe, we've also heard, because we are living in a very small community. Exactly. So don't think that what you're doing in the streets doesn't get to us.
Right.
So we've known. And then top. And then I think just around 2015, we started a movement called Boys in Heels, where it was initially a concept where we dance in heels. And it was actually a gender-swapped event. So the theme was boys must be in heels and girls must be in ties. Okay. And this was necessarily not only for the LGBTI community, but entirely for everyone, right? And then it was fun because boys don't know how to work in heels, so they would come wearing heels, but they wouldn't also last too long in heels because they're just not comfortable for them, And then with time, there was a demand for us to be on stage because we started performing. And then we started being a dance trio with Jerome and Hedges. Those were the first that I started dancing with as Boys in Heels. They're from the Free State in Bloemfontein. Right. Then we started taking bookings as Boys in Heels. But also we kept on the momentum, the culture of hosting events of Boys in Heels. And then obviously I had to move to Johannesburg, and they stayed in Bloemfontein, so it was pretty difficult for us to work together anymore. But then I still continued with Boys in Heels as the ambassador and the founder of Boys in Heels, RSA. So today I can confidently say Boys in Heels is a registered company that hosts events, still where boys do come, whether straight or queer. They still wear their heels just for that moment, just to feel, to have a feeling of how it is to be in heels, walk in them, dance in them. And then when you're done, go back to your techies, go back to your flats, And I started also looking at it in this way. You must remember that women are going through the most. They're going through a lot. And women, they are known for wearing heels. So for a moment, put yourself in their shoes and then just imagine what they're going through when they're in heels. Despite just the feeling of being heels, just what women go through in life generally. It's GBV, it's discrimination at work, discrimination in the streets. They still need to maintain the power of being women at home, being a mother, also being a wife to someone, and it is just too much for them. So sometimes when wearing heels, it is not just a public stunt. It is sometimes just putting yourself in a shoe of a woman just to see and to have a feel of what they go through in their everyday lifestyle. So that is what Boys in Heels is about. So like I said, going forward, we are still continuing as a dancing trio, and now in Johannesburg I've got 2 dancers, which is Liquor and Petty, which are dancing with me on stage as Boys in Heels. And then we still do have the company Boys in Heels RSA, which is obviously hosting events called Boys in Heels. So depending where we are hosting it, it could either be Cape Town Boys in Heels if it's in Durban Boys in Heels if it's in Johannesburg Boys in Heels if it's in Pretoria, PTA Boys in Heels, just like that. Because also, like I said, we are trying to really revive the queer community into believing in themselves, being themselves, because they've been discriminated for too long. And I still feel like even if we are living in a democratic country, we still have incidents where queer people still feel left out. And we have what we call pride, gay pride, but it comes only once in a year. What happens then 364 days? So Boys in Heels is there to constantly say, we are queer, we exist, we are here, let's do this, Yeah.
And who is Lebo Molax? Who's Lebo George Molaolwa? I understand Lebo Molax, but who is George?
So you want George
Molaolwa? George, it's a guy, where is he from?
So George was born and bred in a small town in Mafikeng called...
Oh, it's Mafikeng.
Yes, in a small town in the northwest called Mafikeng. That's what I wanted to say. Right. Born and bred in Mufftown, and then I moved to Rustenburg. I stayed in Rustenburg for about 4 years. Moved back to Mufftown for my high school, and then I moved to Bloemfontein, where I furthered my higher academics, which is in the University of the Free State. So, so George, like I said, grew up being this very energetic, enthusiastic, charismatic child, very different from the community, I remember one time when we were extending my granny's house, they come in blocks, bricks. So almost it's like blocks, I don't know, it's like a block of bricks, like smaller bricks. So they were right in front of the yard. And what I did then, I would climb on top of those bricks and I would take something and use it as a microphone and I would start performing and singing because it was like a stage for me. So when people were passing, I would perform for them. And then time went by, I had a dance company called Mosadi Dance Group. Mosadi Dance Group, I would obviously gather these kids from my community and they would dance and then we would get booked for events, Miss Fat and Fabulous, Expo, Miss Mafikeng, all those events would come and we entertain. As time went by, gays started calling me Lebo Matosa because of the drama that I had. Boots, shorts, brown, blonde, green, purple hair, makeup, eyebrow, handbag, everything. So, but Lebo Matosa. So, for those who know me from my childhood, they still call me Lebo Matosa, by the way.
Okay, Lebo Matosa.
And then, then after my matric, like I said, I had to relocate to Bloemfontein because of academics. That's where I studied. That's where I studied all my 4 science degrees. And then immediately from there, I relocated to Johannesburg because of business opportunities. I'm still staying in Bloemfontein, by the way, because I am between Bloem and Joburg, my residence. but home is still Mouthtown and Rustenburg. So basically, oh God, yeah, ne? Rustenburg, Mafike, Joburg, Bloemfontein. Okay. Jalo fela. And I saw it. Sans ke batlo dula Limpopo. Sans ke batlo reka ntlo Limpopo.
Hectic.
It is true.
So what kind of a student were you in high school?
What kind of a student was I? So
I could imagine a A+ student.
First of all, I was a student that was always at school. A learner. At the time I was a learner. So makula what? You are skolong untu ukula.
Exactly.
Ha gote register. Mo repotong yaka. Yeah, all the terms. It was 0 absenteeism. So you would never. There was a time my principal sent me home because I was wearing color block socks. And she said, that's not part of school uniform. Go home and wear proper socks.
And you came back?
I did not go home. I just had to dodge her and pretend like I'm going home. Okay. And I came back to school. So we had like from the entrance out of school, lecture hall, the class dilikamol. So Niki pikle mo lecture hall, khoras kampon. Mar Niki ya ko class nkitsa di notes because the learner said didn't say because if they knew they would have went to the principal and said, yay! He's back. So it was between me and the principal. Right. So I must miss my class because of the kausu. Give me a homework because of the kausu. I can't feel like if I lose the kausu. Exactly. I went back. Lecture room. So class in class ya mistress man had that change.
Okay, question 2. I'm gonna take the wing because he's not taking the wing. I don't understand why you're not taking the wing.
Very important.
Very important. So question 2, what inspired you to start Boys? Okay, you've already said that, but I just wanted to know it, on its own. What
so Boys in Heels concept is a very unique concept. Yeah. And I believe for you to run with a certain idea, you need to also have passion for it. And you must relate to it more than just making money out of it. So the fact that I can just wear heels going to an event, going to a mall, or going to any occasion for that matter, as long as it suits my outfit, I would do it. So that is how I got to relate to the brand and the business because I was representing it so well. I can imagine somebody who doesn't even know how to walk in heels saying, I'm an ambassador of Boys in Heels, or I own a company called Boys in Heels. What do you have to do with Boys in Heels? What do you have to do with heels? Nothing. So I think the inspiration came from the fact that wearing heels was part of my lifestyle. Right. So by the time I got to run the business, it made so much sense. And it was very easy for people to also support because they knew where I was coming from and they could share the same vision with me.
Okay.
Great.
That's amazing. And then question 3 rather. What do you believe is the biggest misconception about you? And how do you address it when it's arised?
I don't.
Is there a misconception about you?
I'm about to say, I don't remember, can't really remember any misconception about me. And I mean, primarily I'm thinking of social media because that is where a lot of my engagement is. But personally, I think because of my strong, robust, enormous, loud voice, sometimes people think I'm rude. And because of how direct I would be, so I'm one person that if you step on my toe, I wouldn't wait for tomorrow to address it. You did it now, I'm addressing it now. Let's get over with it. So that tomorrow when I wake up, I'm a fresh, clean, new person. Life must go on tomorrow. So I think people have taken me for being a bit rude or being offensive or a bit direct whatsoever because of how I will just get to you and say, look, you know what you did yesterday was wrong and you're not supposed to be doing that. Right. Please, can we fix it? Going forward, you don't do that. Full stop. So if you are a person that believes in self-development, meaning you are willing to open your mind into growing, you are willing to open your mind into becoming a better person. If a person like me comes to you and they talk to you, you'll take that as a constructive criticism and you'll take that as part of growth. You'll take that as part of the process of evolving. But people often at times where people are just mind stuck because they believe I am this person and this is how I do things and nobody can come and tell me I believe in this, I stand my ground. But they are not open to other people's views or other people's suggestions whatsoever.
Right.
To an extent that if somebody starts speaking to you and they are so direct and honest, you take it as an offense because you are just not willing to listen. You're not willing to apply critical thinking as to where does this person come from with this idea and where is he going? Because I would be coming with pure intentions. My intentions are to make sure that you don't repeat the same mistake. My intentions are to make you aware that if you were not aware, I'm making you aware that you made a mistake and somebody's offended. So let's address that so that we are all in the same page. Do you know how painful it is to smile with somebody that at the time you think you and this person, you are in good terms, and then this person frowns at you? Then this person doesn't greet you back. Then this person is acting all funny. Deep down, you know that you've done nothing wrong simply because this person has failed to address issues. Burning issues. It's so painful. But with me, sweetie, I will come and I say, you want to share a room with me?
Right.
Energy A1. One must walk out. It's either I walk out or you walk out. Because I'm not going to be in the same room with you while we've got issues that are not resolved.
Right.
Let's resolve it. Did I offend you? Did I do something wrong? If I did, I will swallow my pride. I will apologize. Sincerely from the bottom of my heart, I would want you to forgive me if I've offended you.
Right.
But what I know is I'm not going to be in a room and pretend. Pretending takes a lot of energy. Pretending takes a lot of your time.
Yeah.
I do not see myself pretending because I want to accommodate anyone. It's either you take me as I am. If not, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I think that's, to answer your question, that's the misconception that people probably have of me. This person, rude. How can rude ya sepe ki bua nnete. Nnete ya tlhaba ya baba e tshwana le di-wings. Wa bona di-wings di a baba because ke nnete e beao. So batho ba bang often at times where they don't want to face reality. They just don't want to face the truth. You know you are wrong. Just as somebody, because somebody's telling you that you're wrong, now you feel like, this person is rude. No. And there's also a way of addressing things.
Right.
Forget about my tone. It's just a volume, But if I'm coming to you respectfully, my body gesture, my facial expression, you can tell that I'm sincere. You can tell that I'm polite. You can tell that I'm at your level, despite the voice. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So you can read the energy. You could know this person really is coming with pure intentions to reprimand me because I did a mistake, and that's it. But when because, like I said, who is he to come and tell me I did it? Why does he have to tell me about it? Then the next thing you think that I've got a problem with you, or you think that perhaps I've got grudges whatsoever. You're not that important. You're not that important, my love. Kya go rata, kya go respecta, give me the same respect. Marge, issue, we address it right now, right here, because it happened now and right here, right? I'm not gonna wait. I always tell my best friend, Kerry, when I wake up, every day that I wake up, that's the best feeling ever. Because I know that when I slept the previous night, all my problems, my trouble, whatever, when I've addressed them before I went to bed. Right. So when I wake up, I am clean, I'm pure, I'm immaculate. I am looking forward to a fresh new start. And I'm not going to make a reference of what happened yesterday, because by the time I pray, so every time I sleep, I pray. Right. So by the time I say amen, I know that I'm done with today. I've closed that chapter. Tomorrow is another chapter. Exactly. So exactly. Hence I'm saying, my friends know Ukuti. If they're going to bring something that I did 2 weeks ago, I'll tell them, Aibo guys, 7 days ka fela until you do it. Lesa weekend trade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to the last question, and it is, please name 5 people that you believe are doing good in the industry that you're in South Africa. Please
5 people.
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay, one would be some some G63, some Paya, some everything. Some Onke, some Kaufela, some every more Roposela. That's number 1.
Right. Number 2?
Number 2 would be Bonama Tiba.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't picture that.
I love Bonama Tiba. I think, remember, she's a presenter and she does a lot of, she used to do MC work. I'm not sure if she still does it, but that's also aligned to what I'm doing. I host, I MC, and I'm a speaker. And, so I usually take a lot from her, how she does things, how she just professionally runs her business. She's crazy. Oh, she's amazing. But anyway, and then number 3 would be Makads.
Okay.
Makads.
I see it.
You know why?
Why?
O tla nrata the way ke leng ka teng. Ha o sa nrate, o tla adjusta. O tlo feleletsa o nrata.
That's my cousin.
Ke Makads o.
Yes.
Makazi o tla a le so a le orange. O re Makazi o nne yellow a re ke orange. Ha o sa rate orange, you will learn how to love orange. You will grow the feelings. You will develop the feelings of loving orange. Because now I'm not going to be yellow because you want me to be yellow. I am orange. I like her for that. Yeah. And then number 4, I told you it's a lot, man. I say. Number 4, it gets. Uncle Waffles.
Okay.
Uncle Waffles. There's so much power in that woman because of how they started coming with rumors that he's a transgender. He's actually born a male, and now she's transgendered, transitioned into being a female, and that has never gotten into her. I mean, she literally skyrocketed from the ground, literally to the sky, just like that. And Amuva, chum. Asa stopping. Almost stopping. So I like that. How she became international so quickly and how she's still doing so good in her career. So it's an inspiration. There are a lot of people that are trying this thing of DJing or rather being into the entertainment industry and they find it so hard. Obviously for a lot of challenges. But with her, I wouldn't say it was easy. But all that I said is she had a vision, she had a mission, she worked. She was disciplined. She had put in the effort and it's working perfectly. She's focused and I like it for her. But also remember what I said earlier on, we get inspired. So she is a true inspiration.
Ooh. Number 5.
Number 5.
I'd like to hear this number 5 because wow. The people you've mentioned. Not even none of your friends.
Number 5. My friends. Chomisaka, man. So a lot of things we know and a lot of things we do together. So Chomisaka, I think this has to be only in South Africa.
Yeah, only South Africa.
Only in South Africa. Hey. When I kick up fella mo for
actually
5. I'll have to bring it home.
Who?
Mapasika.
Okay.
She's a leading actress for Scandal.
And she's been with
Scandal for too long.
Yeah.
And at this moment, she's the queen of Scandal. So, I know 7 o'clock, Shaba ETV. Chomiaka. Good Chomiaka ki steering. We see Angelina Jolie moving with salt. Chomiaka ki Angelina Jolie was Scandal.
Oh, you must be friends with Lebo.
And Chomiaka anta create di gigs edingwe wa actor mudi Netflix la mona wa tlaga mudi series and o bua Sesotho. How would we want a Sotho speaking actress in South Africa? Mapasika wa tlaga mo listing. And how disciplined she's been. One thing, I'm sorry, I know probably she's not gonna like this, but we never speak about our personal lives, etc. But she's a disciplined girl. She knows what's wrong and what's right.
Right.
She stands her ground for what she believes. And there is nobody, absolutely nobody, that can come in front of her to convince her otherwise, especially if she doesn't believe in that thing. She grew up in a family ya kereke. So mewa hai barapela. And my friend, why I've got a personal life and I've got a professional life. And her professional life is doing so well and she would never make noise about it. And I still like that for her. So I think she's really doing well and I must applaud her for that. And she's still going far with that mentality. You must remember that there is personal life and there is business. You don't mix the two. And however you run your business, make sure that it's a lucrative business. Because you need to have a vision, you need to have a mission, you need to have a strategy, you need to have a plan. And also you need to have a team that will help you to grow this business so that it becomes as successful as it can. So, yeah, those are the 5 people.
She's doing amazing.
Oh, she is.
Oh, she's doing
a sweetheart. She's a queen. I told you what to get steering.
Thank you very much for coming through.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate you being here.
You are welcome.
Yeah. Where can people follow you?
Of course, on my social media, you get me Lebo_Molax. Molax, I'll repeat Molax with a degree. Lebo_Molax, if you don't have a degree. Get me on Twitter, Lebo_Molax. Facebook, Lebo Molax. TikTok, Lebo G Molax. Where else? YouTube. Lebo Molax. Yeah. So, that's where you get me.
What can we expect from you going forward? What is Lebo Molax doing?
What a difficult question. So you realize that I have two lives. I've got George the geologist and I've got Lebo Molax.
Right.
George the geologist is a professional geologist that actually practices.
Yeah.
So as I'm speaking to you, so I practice as a professional scientist during the day, on weekdays, and I'm Lebo Molax from 6 p.m. on weekdays, and from 5 p.m. on a weekend up until 6 p.m. on a Sunday. So you understand, when I'm at the gate and nobody's coming to fetch me, I get frustrated for that 5 minutes because I would have done a lot.
Right.
Yeah. So professional wise, right. I'm practicing as a hydrogeologist, so I'm doing consulting, which is doing so well. And obviously entertainment is your gigs, your host with the most, MC with the best, the boss are MC, your dancer in heels, and your now DJ, of which I only enjoy at a certain time, by the way.
Why?
It's so funny. I want to ask DJs. I don't know. Go na le tsatsi le ke feelang gore ke enjoy go DJ man. Ke feel gore tsaka. Yo, e be go na le tsatsi le leng ke re I ke batle lo tshwara volume. I don't know. I won't tell you. I honestly won't tell you. There has been a time where I get to a gig, and luckily enough, I'm doing this DJing thing as a bonus, right? So you don't book me to become a DJ. So I would come and be your host or MC or whatever, and then maybe we have that 15-minute slot. Because no man, let me play Bakadinyana or house vaga. I usually do that, and then this other time, kina offer like it. How you feel? Maybe ke crowd, maybe ke energy crowd. Sometimes I'm not feeling crowd in Karota. Can you feel? Do you know the pain of saying can you feel it? And nobody says yebo. And you are right in front of the stage. So I read the energy. When the energy is like below freezing point, or really negative, ke batla ile ko boiling point. How feel or ya no go abela ya no. What how feel or yebo ba re yebo. I ka DJ ya mo because ba go for that warmth, ba go for that spirit. Why it's what? Yeah, but more than anything, I'm a business person, something that I never speak about. So I think financially that is what's sustaining me. I'm looking forward to working on different projects. I know that Boys in Hills is growing. Like I said, we are now taking it to Cape Town. We had it in Durban. We are taking it to the Northwest and to Limpopo. And I've been hosting big events, Yo Makufe, Mahika, you mentioned them. And I feel like there's been growth in that because every time I work with a certain client to host to MC their event, they still want to see me in their next event. It's because of the quality that I deliver, because of the professionalism that comes with me, and because of also how I make it so easy for people to work with me. I'm not a diva when I'm working with people. I'm not trying to be difficult, make demands. No, I always come down to the level of a client. And sometimes I can even say, look, I can see that things are not going the way, man. I'm willing to come to your level. Don't worry. I'm working with you. Because I know by so doing, this person will call me again when they think of having another person, or when they think of having another event. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think I've made it very easy for people to work with me, which is great, building a network of clients. And I'm looking forward to, obviously, a lot of projects that are coming this summer. Events that will be coming through. Obviously, bookings have been coming through, secured, and we are living life as it comes. Nothing is guaranteed. I don't like planning ahead too much because but we're disappointed. So sometimes spontaneity. You wake up, you go have breakfast go Cape Town. You take a flight back, you have dinner mo Joburg. Go to fella nje because you can. What's up Lela Mot? What to check in Cape Town International breakfast. And then haba jika fela ori dinner or tambo. That's life. Plan. Stop planning. Because when you plan, you expect so much. And then when your expectations are exceeded or are not met, you get disappointed. Yeah. So I hate planning. I used to. It's okay to strategize. It's okay to I don't know what words to use, but I can rattle for plan. Man. What did you mean? Plan? I didn't see it coming and it felt so good. You're not doing something. Let me keep quiet. But anyway, be spontaneous.
Be spontaneous. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Did I know that I'm coming here today? I probably didn't know. I just woke up and like, got 3 o'clock. Got 3 o'clock today. Waba? Because I can't plan. You confirm me today? Yeah. I didn't confirm all along. Wow. I want to send the contract. I don't plan. Like I need the contract. Today because today is spontaneous. What am I doing? Okay, I need to go do my hair. I need to go do this. 3 o'clock. Can I from now? Can I meeting? Good. Because our planner, the enemy is how do Stay tuned. Dango.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Follow us, like this video, comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one. My name is Sky Cole, man. Follow me. Stay blessed.
Jess.